Hey guys, and welcome back for another awesome match of Dawn of War 3. Be sure to check me out on Beam at beam.pro/fundies and follow me on Twitter at fundiesthemerc for more videos and notifications when I go live, things like that. Anyways, so it started off like any other match. This is a 2v2, by the way. It was me and my man GeoPirate. We usually play this together, so it's the two of us versus two other guys, and one of them is Orcs and one of them is Space Marine. So it was Space Marine Eldar versus Space Marine Orc. I always go straight for Assault Marines. That's my go-to currently. And yeah, let's get started. And that's what I did here. I built my barracks and going for Assault Marines. It started off, you know, like any other match. GeoPirate goes and starts capturing locations. I'm always late to going capture resource points because I always have to get my barracks done first, so I can put a Assault Marine into a drop pod, and then I start dropping my second Assault Marine straight out of the barracks. Basically allowing me to create two units at once. Essentially, that's one of the main reasons I like Space Marines, is if I have an empty drop pod, I can create units from the drop pods instead of having to use an actual building to do it. We'll fast forward a bit here. The action's almost instant. We end up our first interaction with the Orcs, and we're stuff. I mean, this match stuff starts to go bad for us immediately out of the box. The first engagement I get into, it just starts going all hairy on us. You know, at this point in time, I'm thinking, oh, this is all right. I can do this. I can take out these Orcs, no problem. I even thought I had time to take out their building first. But then I decide, well, let's do a jump. Let's knock these Orcs back. Let's start working on them. I drop a banner. I thought I could hold the banner, but instead they take it. And it just goes bad from there. I should have retreated. At that point in time, I should have retreated. I didn't. I'll fast forward a bit here. 2 times speed. I lose everything. At that point, for some reason, like when I had only 3 guys left, I couldn't do anything. I lost control of my units. And I don't know if you noticed, but some of them were still attacking the building for some reason. I just basically, I couldn't do anything with them. I'm thinking at this point, I can recover from this. No problem. Geo's doing his thing down here. He gets pushed back a little bit, but this is the kind of thing we deal with normally, so it's not too big of a deal. I start rebuilding my army, and then the Orcs attack our shield generator, and I'm like, well, I can come stop them. They could have took me out, but it actually worked out in my favor. I was able to drive them off for a hot minute. They come back shortly, though. They regroup. As you can see, they're regrouping. Now keep in mind, I have Fog of War off. With Fog of War on, I can't see what's going on. So I decided to come down and help Geo. I bring my Assault Marines down. I leave my kill team upstairs in the north.
Assault Marine squad deployed.
I'm still dropping Assault Marines, my favorite go-to unit. I hop in, do a little damage. I quickly realize that's a losing fight for me, so I back out. As you can see, we're not doing well at all. Geo manages to chase him off a little bit. I start to bring my kill team down. I didn't know he had those troops hidden there.
Assault Marine squad deployed.
I'm still trying to build my. I always build 3 Assault Marines before I start attacking their shield generator. The 3 targets, A, B, and C. That's the shield generator, turret, and then the power core. I always try to have 3 and have power swords on. So I got that now. They're attacking our shield generator. I know there's not much I can do there. I get up there, I peep it out. I'm like, no, forget that. We're at this point in my mind, I'm like, we've already lost. So I might as well go YOLO. We've been pushed back several times. They own more resource points than we do. I'm like, I'm going to help Geo out, and then I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to go YOLO. I'm going to go straight for their, I'm going to try to sneak in and take out their shield Jenny. Maybe I was thinking to myself, maybe I can make them panic. If I can make them panic, then they might start making stupid moves. They see that I'm going for the shield Jenny. They move up. They move some troops into place. I jump in there. Little do they know is I'm really good at taking out the shield generator. I do lose everything here. I should have jumped these guys out and retreated, but I didn't. I decided to make a move. In my mind, I think at this point in my mind we had still lost this match. I don't think in my mind we had that really did anything significant. I knew that I could make them panic a little bit, but I'm still thinking we've lost because they own so much of the map
Assault Marine squad deployed.
at this point. We have another confrontation down here, another engagement that we ultimately lose. You see, they come in. They got so many men. They got so many troops. I actually think I'm going to start trying to play Orc just because their ability to mass produce troops. And so, yeah. That's that. We lose another battle. Oh, I got my kill team here. That's about all we got going on right this moment. I had forgotten that I had moved these assault marines down here at the time that I was playing this game. I had moved it here to capture this point. I completely forgot I had moved them down there. But it comes into play later on. So we're getting whooped here. If you could hear the conversation that was going on between Geo and I mean, we both sounded really depressed. We had lost. I think this was like our third match, our second or third match that we had lost in a row. So we were like, you know, this just falls. Because usually Geo and I usually do pretty good together, and sometimes Unseen Strike plays with us, and we three of us together are pretty brutal. So we were in a depressed state that we had lost so many times, and then we knew we were about to lose again. Like, you know, they're killing our shield Jenny. They already took out one of our shield generators, taking out our second shield generator. They didn't even have to do that. They could have went in for the kill already. It's about this point in time that I realized that I still had those assault troops, because Geo moved his last unit down there and was shooting at the Angelos. And that's when I realized, I was like, hey, I still got the assault Marines. And I have another assault Marines in the can and another one cooking. So I'm like, I'm going to try to make a play. Poops and giggles. I'm going to make a play. I mean, in my mind, we'd already lost. You know, I figured after they took out this shield Jenny, they were going to go for our turrets, and that was going to be that. I jump onto their turret. I immediately drop in my second. I'm thinking at this point in time, you know, they're probably gonna do a mass recall and come finish my the few troops that I have left. They have a servitor moving around, like probably thinking, is this a thing? Are they really making an attack, or is this just a desperate attempt? I'm thinking that's what they thought, that it was a desperate attempt. They did start moving their Angelos up. At the time, I didn't know. Keep in mind, fog of war. I decided, well, I still have some troops left. But at this time, I had also called in the unit that was cooking, the assault marines that were cooking. I quickly make a turnaround here in a second. I'm like, I was moving up, and I was like, no, I'm going to jump down, start attacking their power core, see what I can do. For some reason, he stopped his Angelos and took it back down south. At the time I was playing this game, I didn't know that. I assumed they were all here, or they were on their way up here. I think after I took out their turret, they thought that was it. I started working on their power core. They start working on a machine cult. And as you can see, their power core is dropping like mad. They end up dropping it down to protect it. That's like a timed thing that only lasts for like a minute. I dropped my orbital bombardment. About this time, Geo realizes we might have a chance, and he starts to recover. He's building some troops here, I believe. I'm going balls deep on their power core. I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to wreck it. I drop in my kill team. You know, I'm just trying to hit it with everything I got. I'm begging for Geo to drop some troops back here. At the time, he didn't know that he could drop his elites on my kill team. So he didn't. And you can see how low that power core is. You got to imagine in my head how demoralizing this is. A bar and a half left on their power core, and we would have had victory. They killed me. They did a mass recall, by the way. They called the troops back, killed me. But it gave Geo a little bit of time to do a little bit of recovery.
Preparing assault marines for deployment.
He starts to go to take some points. Once he because we were talking, I was like, no, his troops are up in the north right now, defending their base. I didn't know he actually had all these troops here as well, but Geo goes in for this location, this resource point. Do a little speed up here. I start rebuilding my army. I've already got one in the can. I've already got one in the can and 2 more cooking. So I start going for another attempt at their power core. They're taking that point up there. Geo's was moving up north, but then he changes his mind, goes for the central location. I'm flanking like I did before. I got 2 on the ground, 3 in the can. And an elite unit, and a second elite unit on its way. Because I did so much building damage, I got elite points for days. I go for the jump. And I just get the shit knocked out of me. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, that's it. They had it right there and then. And I should have backed out. I should have not dropped those 3. Yeah, because we didn't have it. Geo drops his storm. That's his special ability. In hindsight, I wish he would have left his storm right here. But for some reason, he brings it down. I don't really know what his thoughts on that were, but he moves the storm over this way, and I just lose my shit. Like, everything. If he would have kept that storm here, I might have been able to do a little more damage. And I know what you were thinking. You were thinking, oh, he got up there, he had all them troops. That was it. But I did lose them. I did lose everything. At this point in time, though, we did realize that one of them was staying back at the base to guard it. That means we only had one opponent to deal with out on the field, and that was a good thing. You can see I'm still working on it, but I'm not getting anywhere.
Assault Marine squad deployed.
I started deploying assault marines again, but at this point I'm really demoralized. I'm like, I already took it out, almost took it out once. It had a bar and a half. I lost that time. I went back, had my entire army. I had built this massive army of assault marines, lost all of them. I'm like really demoralized at this point. I have no idea what's going on in the map. I know they have an acidine amount of men. I just assumed they're moving down for the final kill. But I don't give up. I try not to give up. I try to fight to the last second. I keep pumping out men the best I can. As you can see, I don't really have a whole lot of resources to work with. I'm working on a finite amount of resources. I mean, it's dwindling quick. They own almost all the resource points. The resource points that GeoPirate did recapture helped out a lot in me rebuilding my army. They do come down back. They come out of the north and start. They start working us pretty good.
Canceling deployment.
And I decided to go for one last sneak attack.
A drop pod is available.
I take my units. I'm going to do this in fast forward just to make this video a little bit shorter. And I managed to sneak all the way up there. And I dropped my pods. And I jumped my men in. I go for the kill. He didn't leave enough men to protect. I drop my special abilities, my orbital bombardment, and boom! Victory! From the clutches of defeat. We went from having nothing and being just ass-raped to very last second victory. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check me out on Beam. I have a next to zero latency delay. That's a 0.2 second delay on my stream. Be sure to check me out on there. It has interactive buttons. You can interact with the stream way better than you can on Twitch. I mean, there's interactive stuff in chat. There's interactive stuff in the stream built in. Sometimes I even set up controls that you can control my game through the controls while you're watching the stream. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter where you can be notified when I go live. Thanks for watching, guys. Signing out. Awesome victory. Salutes off to myself and GeoPirates. Catch you next time.